thank you so much for joining me again today on PSI TV, and we are doing a community give back. This is a segment where we feature a nonprofit organization that is just doing something awesome in the world. We've been blessed, so we want to be a blessing back. Nonprofit TV serves those who serve the voiceless, the helpless, and the deserving groups in our society, because when we do this, we give them another way to reach those who need the help, and as well, hopefully, more exposure for getting greater funding and support and sponsorship. Today, my awesome guest is Allison Thomas. She's a director of Trinity Media. She's been a songwriter since the age of 9. She has assisted her fair share of artists and producers achieve major label deals. She has a marketing mind that can only be described as out of the box. And due to her fearless approach, she was featured on season 2, episode 4 of Grant Cardone's Whatever It Takes as Pasha the Samurai. So Pasha, Allison, what would you prefer us to call you here on this segment?
Well, you know what? I actually like both names. Allison is my birth name, and Pasha was actually my writing alias that I actually started writing music with. And so a lot of people in the music world, they only know Pasha, and most of the people like that I grew up with only know Allison, but I'm both. So whichever one you feel comfortable with.
How about the Samurai?
I am cool with.
So tell us a little bit about...
Hey! That is...
Tell us about Trinity Media. What's the mission of Trinity Media?
Okay, so Trinity Media is my heart, okay? Trinity Media, basically what our mission is to provide, on one hand, well, 2 missions, to provide good news. You know, there's so much, especially right now, so much fear that's propagated through our news and so much bad news. We're always hearing about all of the murders and all of the just things that bring us down. And Trinity Media on the news side is going out there and finding stories through social media and firsthand stories that are bringing good news, showing people doing amazing things with their life, showing people, like right now, the whole world is in a quarantine, teachers giving advice as to, you know, how people, parents at home who aren't used to being with their kids all day can actually, you know, get through the day and do it in a fun and joyful way. And then on the other hand, me, I like you said, I've been a songwriter since I'm 9 years old. So I have a very special place in my heart for musicians and artists. And so on that side, I'm actually showing and teaching musicians how to market themselves, how to get themselves out there without being tied down to a record label that's telling them, you know, what they need to write. And now they can actually write what they want to create in this world, write lyrics that, you know, is about beauty and what they actually want, their passion. So that's what Trinity Media is about.
Okay. Well, we can hear that passion coming right out of you. You've invested quite a bit in this. So I kind of get the feeling that it's musicians and so forth, but who really would benefit the most from connecting with Trinity Media?
Those who would benefit the most in connecting with Trinity Media, on the music side, definitely artists that are trying to get their music out there. They are trying to get known. And they just don't know how to. They don't know how to use social media for that. I actually went from being a songwriter and getting major placements, and then seeing that for some reason my placements were getting shelved, which means no royalties, right? I said, you know what? I want to figure out how to do this myself, and so that I could distribute on my own. And I actually got to that point. And I said, you know what, time to give back, time to show others how to do it as well. So it's a way for artists to be able to learn how to put their own stuff out there, and even be able to chart. I can actually show them how to chart on Billboard, different things like that, with them doing it themselves. And then on top of it, because I went through so much to learn how to market in this way, I've worked with so many people across so many different industries, that one of the ways that we actually have been fundraising with Trinity is by offering consultations to businesses and business owners, so that they can actually become more efficient with their marketing. So on both ends, we're able to assist small businesses that are in music and also in other industries to be able to efficiently market on social media.
I did an interview some time ago with a lawyer who represents artists, and he talked about a lot of artists leaving a lot of money on the table simply because they do not know. They are so creative, they're great at their craft, but they're not good at managing themselves. They're certainly not that great at selling themselves. So they underprice, or they don't price at all, or they don't know where to put their work out. And so they're not getting the kind of money that they could make. So it sounds like you're offering a solution to some of that. Now, you talked about charting and teaching them how to do it. So do you have a course that they can tap into? How does that work? How do they connect with that piece?
Actually, what they would actually be able to do is right now, because I'm working with a select handful of artists at the moment. And so what I'm actually doing is I'm bringing in artists, and we are talking one-on-one, because I want to see, what their passions are, and going through a course by themselves. A lot of times, a lot of that is missed. There's so many music courses out there for marketing your music online. And so what I'm actually doing is bringing them in, and seeing what their passion is, and working with them to either get their music out there and build an audience, or they might already have an audience, showing them how they can actually get them on all of the streaming platforms, and be able to chart on Billboard. So I'm actually working with them one-on-one, and I have a team that has actually worked in the record label business before, and they actually did social media marketing for artists before. So we have a whole team that actually can help them, where either I can work with them and consult with them and they do it themselves, which is cool, or they can employ my team. So.
A done for you type thing. Okay, cool. So if a sponsor was watching this segment right now, and they were interested in your mission or connecting with your artists, whatever, somehow they find that, connecting with Trinity Media will be a win-win. What could a sponsor do to help move Trinity Media's future dream for the organization?
Okay, awesome. So first, before we take on any sponsors, I always like to let them look at what we're about and our mission statement, which is on trinitymedianetwork.org. And if you looked under partners, it'll actually show the manifesto and what we are about. But the biggest thing that we are looking for really is more artists that have a passion. And what we're actually doing is we're showing artists how to run ads in all over the world to be able to create their fan base. And in doing so, we are creating music videos, and we're running ads all over the world. So one of the biggest things, of course, is ad spend, So we're constantly raising money for ad spend. We're constantly doing that by choosing sponsors who either, if they just want to give, that's cool, or if we go and we consult and we actually help them with their business, and we do like an equal exchange. So
okay.
Hope I answered.
Yeah. Now, you did mention the website, but just give it to us again so that people know exactly how to follow up with you.
Okay, so the website is trinitymedianetwork.org. And then we also have our email address, which is hello@trinitymedianetwork.org. And you can send in a message there. But I do like for people to go to the website and just get to see what we're all about and see if you vibe with us, because we're really big in the good vibes.
Awesome. Allison, is there anything else that you'd like to share with the audience before we wrap up?
I would just, the one thing I want to share with the audience right now, I just want to share that I believe that all of you are beautiful and all of you will be able to achieve anything that you dream of. And that's really all I want to share. I want to share love right now.
Well, that is so totally awesome. This is my fantastic guest, Allison, the Pasha, Allison Pasha, whichever you prefer, the samurai. I like the samurai. With Trinity Media, nonprofit organization helping artists and giving us good news, spreading that love. And Lord, and we just thank you, Allison, for being with us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.